Okay, this is the P1 paper from June 2023. It's the first question, question number 1, and this is an equations and inequalities question. In particular, as we can see here, this is a quadratic inequalities question. Let's jump straight in and get started with it. We've got 4x squared minus 3x plus 7 is greater than or equal to 4x plus 9. So we want to rearrange that, get everything over to the left-hand side. I'm going to get 4x squared minus 7x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. If I'm solving the quadratic inequality, I'm interested in, let's write it down, the critical values. Where does this function equal 0? So 4x squared minus 7x minus 2 equals 0. Now, as I say, looking at this as the start question of a paper, I'd be very surprised if it doesn't factorise. So I'm going to use the AC method to factorise this one because I've got a value here. So go back and check my other videos if you're not sure how to do this, but I'll do it here for you. We want two numbers that multiply together to make the product of AC. 4 times minus 2 is minus 8 here, and that add together to make B, to make minus 7 here. So the two numbers, yeah, this is going to work. The two numbers that multiply together to make minus 8 but add together to make minus 7 are minus 8 and plus 1. And then what I do is I replace minus 7x with, in this case, 4x squared minus 8x. And I'm not going to write plus 1, I'm going to write plus x minus 2 equals 0. And then this will be able to factorise by looking at each pair of numbers. So if I look at the first pair, if I look at this pair here, what's the biggest thing I can take out of that? Well, that's 4x, which is going to leave me x minus 2 here. And then that's critical for what we're trying to factorise and take out to get this second pair here. Now, in this case, it's one of the strange ones where this is a really weird thing to do. I'm going to take 1 out as a factor to leave me x minus 2. And the whole point about these is that I need the same thing there, because if I've got that, I can then say, well, x minus 2 can come out of that. X minus 2 coming out will leave me 4x plus 1. So that's a AC method to factorise a quadratic. If I factorise that now, I get x minus 2 equals 0, or 4x plus 1 equals 0. So I get x equals 2, or I get x equals minus a quarter. Now, what we can't do is go back up to my inequality here and say, oh, okay, x greater than 2, x greater than minus quarter. That does not work. You're not allowed to do that. What you have to do, we've still got quite a bit of work to do with this question. We have to draw a, well, we don't have to, but certainly my solution is to draw a really quick sketch, because it doesn't take me more than sort of 30 seconds to do this. And so the whole point about finding those critical values was to say, this is a positive quadratic, so it looks something like that. And what I've been able to determine now is that that value there is minus a quarter, and that value there is 2. So if I now want to know when is this quadratic greater than or equal to 0, well, greater than or equal to 0 is on the graph here and here. So I'm interested in the x values at those points. So the x values is everything to the right-hand side of this one and everything to the left-hand side of that one, or rather is going to be x greater than or equal to 2, but x less than or equal to minus a quarter. So you see how if we tried to do it in a really quick method, it would not have worked here, but that now, including the sketch, is the complete solution of number 1. Make sure you practice those, make sure you're doing those graphs, okay? Hopefully that will make sense for question 1.